Well, we hope it's not the last tango. It's the first tango. It's the beginning of tango. Like I said before, so we're going to do a few weeks, some basic steps in American style tango. That's an important qualification because we are not doing Argentine tango. So if you say tango, people just want to start talking about Argentine tango. Okay, but we're doing American style tango. We're going to talk a little bit about it, if I can find my notes at least. We're going to talk a little bit first about some of the key elements of tango: form, movement, basic, step, rhythm, pattern, that kind of thing. And then we're going to go through into 3 steps: the basic step, the promenade step, and a quartet, which is a distinctive step in tango. Helps to really identify the dance. Okay, so just a few things about what tango looks like, how it shapes up. Framing, we're going to use the basic frame that we've already covered in other dances. Now there are a few things in tango that really, if you go all out, are different, but we're going to just stick with that basic frame like so, right? So we're not going to do anything too fancy with the hand. I mean, the way, people purists say, oh no, the lady's hand has to go behind the gentleman's shoulder blade and it has to be curved to the side. That's all true, but we're not too worried about that. We're going to stick with the basic frame. Okay, tango to be danced properly. Again, we don't worry about that. We're social dancing. But it really is a close fit, right? Now you might call this like sexy tango. And if you're real comfortable with your partner, fine, to go hip to hip, right? So there's definitely a contact point there that there usually isn't, like so. It's perfectly all right though to dance like so, and to do tango. And this would be more likely, more appropriate maybe if you're just at a social dance and you have an opportunity to dance with folks you don't know that well. Right? They may not be quite so comfortable with that hip-to-hip connection. All right, so that's a couple of things with frame. Otherwise, all the connection points, very, very similar. Now, we've covered another dance. This is a Latin style dance, but we've covered this a lot of movement that goes on, like in rumba, cha-cha. Not so much tango. What is distinctive in the lower part of the body of tango is that we dance it in the knees so that it's kind of low, right? So you drop, it's not way low, and you certainly don't stick your butt out, but you do dance it in the knees. We talk about having soft knees in tango. And you certainly don't want to crunch your body. One way to think of it is that in tango you have as if weights are kind of pulling you down on the shoulders. Kind of gravity's pulling you down, sinking through the knees, but you still have lift in the central part of the body. Because in the upper part, you do want to keep that lifted, right? So we want to levitate the upper part of the body even as we're dancing low. And the head movement, you can see somebody doing that, looking over the right shoulder, right? Right shoulder. Right shoulder, her left. I'm looking to the left, I'm looking over her right shoulder. This would be kind of standard. A lot like waltz, right? Only whereas waltz, we're dancing tall. We're trying to be tall. In tango, we're getting that kind of drop down on the knees, moving. Now, one other thing about the basic setup, strictly speaking, tango maintains a little bit of an angle, like one is always moving a little bit at an angle with it rather than straight on. Again, we don't worry too much about that in social dancing, but you will see that as a stop point. All right, what is the basic rhythm of tango? It's pretty unique, and there's a step element that's unique to tango. The basic pattern is a slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Remember, slows are 2 beats, quicks are 1, right? So if I just do it myself as a lead, step off on the left, I'm going to strike with my heel, right? As in the other smooth dances. So I'm going to go slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, and I'm pulling the left leg in on that final slow. And then notice, I'm not putting weight on it, because what is unique about tango is that you're going to step off again on that foot. So it's a bit of a modification of that rule that you always change your weight anytime you take a step. In this case, you don't. So slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, really just dragging that foot in, ready to go again, right? So.
You could also go T-A-N-G-O. Nice to
A lot of people use that as a little mnemonic, right? So T-A-N-G-O. Bring it in. So what is the follower step? Fortunately, the mirror image, right? So the lady is stepping backwards, whereas the leader, the gentleman, is heel first. The follower, of course, is going to be toe first, right? So she's going to reach back, T-A-N-G-O.
And the step is very big going back.
Right. This is another one, a lot like waltz or foxtrot. We like to move in this dance. You know, you accommodate for a crowded dance floor, perhaps you wouldn't be quite so big, but in pure form, it moves well.
Right.
Okay, so those are pretty much the basic things that we need to know to get started. As we go on, we might add a few elements.
And you do change position, it's a snap of your head. It isn't very slow. It's
right.
like,
Yeah, that's a good point. That the movements in tango are more staccato, right? So if we think of both foxtrot and waltz, they tend to be elongated, right? Tango is that snap, right? And you want it. That's a distinctive style. So we're not going to show that because we might hurt ourselves, but you actually see tango dancers, they will flip their heads from one side to the other. Pop! Right? Pop! It's almost like you're cracking a whip, right, with that style. Okay, so with that by way of introduction, we're going to go into 3 steps today: the basic, the promenade, and the quartet. Right? So that's going to be our foundation. The basic step, we've already sort of shown it. If we're in frame, we're just going to do that basic T-A-N-G-O. That is the basic step. So slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Right? Going the other way, or T-A-N-G-O. Right?
and this foot stays bent so that I can come back out on the right, even though it's already been stepped on. So that's kind of.
And we know, a lot of people don't have a partner to practice with, especially right now since we're still dealing with the pandemic. But this is something you can do on your own, and you can just get used to it, just as a real simple drill. Just practice that rhythm, right? Go up and down the floor. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 and so on, right? And you get the rhythm. It takes a while with any dance to get the basic rhythm into your body, or like we say, muscle memory, where you don't have to think about it anymore. Okay, all right, so that's essentially that. I don't know that there's any particular lead, follow aspects of that. If you keep the frame right, you do the rhythm, you're good. Promenade, we're going to do it right at the camera. Promenade is very similar. Promenade is always promenade, right? Which means we're going to be opened up a little bit. We're in a bit of a V pattern, right? The nose and toes are pointed down the line. I should have said that before. This is a line of dance. Just like waltz and foxtrot, it goes around the room. Tango does that as well. Okay, so with the promenade, at least in the basic form, it's very, very quick. It's just like a one measure movement. So it would be slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. A lot of folks like to count that with an and in there. So we would go slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Because there's that little, that's where the turn occurs on the and. Right? So we're going to go slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Right? So this takes a little getting used to for both the leader and the follower. Right? Unlike foxtrot, if you remember foxtrot, we go slow, slow, quick, quick. And we just face each other, and then we go back to another one until we decide to stop. With this one, you have to make that decisive move on the and. So slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Right? Probably is a little bit more challenging for the follower because you're doing kind of a swivel, right? When you got to bring that foot around. So right foot, that foot. Slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. I hope folks can see that in the video. Right? Now, there is an extended version of that where we could keep it going a little bit longer. If you say, well, I don't just want to do one promenade and be over and go back to the basic, you could go slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. And don't worry about that right now. We'll show how you can play with some of those patterns when we get to some of the other steps, right? But that's your basic. Let's put those two together. We're going to do a basic, and then we'll do a basic going this way, a promenade coming toward the counter. No, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Now, if I know we're going into promenade, leaders, I'm going to take my follower into the promenade position, right? Now, typically this will be done on a corner because you wouldn't want to be cutting into the middle of the room in a line of dance, right? So we will usually make this move in the corner, and we would then move slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow. One thing I will point out in terms of the lead, notice, leaders, and the same is true of the followers, but the follower is following, so we have to take the initiative, if you will. The upper body, this is called contrabody. So we're moving in a straight line, slow, slow for the first part. So notice my upper body is still in that position, but now I'm moving into contrabody, right? So I'm kind of twisting myself. And then I'm going to untwist on the and quick, quick, slow. And quick, quick, slow. So that's where the distinctive look comes from. It's from that upper body snap, right? That comes in. We'll keep going over some of this stuff. The final step we want to show is a quartet. Very distinctive to tango, same rhythm. Right? So here we go with what the quartet looks like, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Again, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. So what's going on with the quartet? It's simply a lunge of the leader onto the left leg, almost as if, and all the weight is on this left leg, right? So it's almost as if I'm going to do a squat, right? I want to squat into position on that first slow. Slow, all the weight is here. The follower is following. She's lunging forward, right? So her weight is coming forward into this leg. We'll show that in a moment. Then we're just going to change the weight back on the second slow. Slow, back into sort of the original position, and then close it. Quick, quick, slow, right? So if we do this correctly, our legs are actually going to be very close together. Sometimes the knees will actually touch. Just don't want to tangle in tango because you don't want to end up on the floor. So slow. So you notice legs are touching. Slow, quick, quick, slow. This takes a little getting used to because you have to have enough balance. If you have any weakness in the legs, this might not be a step to try because you really do have to. And particularly, tip for the leaders, it's not uncommon, especially with beginning followers, they may throw their weight onto you a little bit, right? Which means you got to bear a little bit more than just your own weight. But really, you should be bearing your own weight, like always, right? There's no being heavy one on the other, right? So, just one more time, and we'll show the three steps together. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. I hope we're keeping our right posture, because notice what we don't want to do with the quartet is lean one with the other. As leader, I don't want to be leaning back. That's not the idea. Right? That's a good way to lose your balance. Right? So I'm going to stay straight up and let, right? So the weight is still stacked. Right? Now, I can give it the illusion of more of a curve by just putting my head back, right? But I'm not throwing my weight back. Right? Same thing for the follower. The follower is maintaining her upper torso in pretty much a straight line. So she's not leaning forward when she does the quartet. So slow, see? Straight up and down. Slow, quick, quick, slow. Okay, so to keep this from getting too long, we're going to go through the 3 steps a couple of times. No, we're just going to dance it through. So we'll do the basic, we'll do the promenade, we'll do the quartet a couple of times, and hopefully we'll stay within the picture frame. Hold on. So ready, and slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 and quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Again, slow, slow, quick, quick to promenade, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Okay, those are your basics. The only other thing I'll add is that, didn't say it before, the basic can curve, right? You can curve it around the room, and it's perfectly acceptable in tango, right? To do that. We'll show how that works next week. Nothing fancy, and we'll keep adding steps. Tango 1.